can we just appreciate that I rejigged my entire camera setup purely so that I could be lazy and actually like lean on this seat rather than trying to do that whole YouTuber straight ass posture stuff. YouTubers, you know what I'm talking about. That back pain is real. Okay, so now that we've established I'm lazy, welcome back to the channel. I'm doing Q&A today because it's been a little while. It's been since July 2015 to be exact, before I even moved to New York, since the last time I did a Q&A. And you know what, I thought the string of Q&As, I feel like it's calmed down a bit, you know, we can all enjoy a good Q&A again, because for a while there it was a little bit overdone. But yeah, I threw out a little request on Instagram for you guys to send me some of your questions, and I got some really good ones. I think there was a theme of about 3 topics, which makes my job very easy today. And yeah, anything that I've kind of done before, I'm just going to touch on today. Oh, before we even start, if you're new to the channel, hey, hi, hello, I'm Tara. I'm Irish. I'm half Malaysian, which is why I don't look fully Irish. I studied in Belfast, I did fashion design, and now I'm living in New York. This is my almost 2nd year finished here in New York. First question is about that expat life. Jamie Gill asks, just wondering if you miss being surrounded by the Irish since moving from home. I moved over and I definitely miss the Irish. It's a different vibe here. Any advice on how to adjust to the American humor / culture? And they are 2 very, very different cultures, but I found it personally quite easy to adjust to. American people are quite nice. I don't know if it's just the area that I live in. I'm on the Upper East Side and I've just never had bad experiences, no matter actually where I've been. Like, I do a lot of moseying about, like in a lot of different neighborhoods, and there's very little bad experiences in the last 2 years that I've been here that I can think of, and most of them have been on like 7th or 8th Avenue in Midtown, which is like, I mean, you're asking for it if you're down there. I kind of quench that need, I guess, by just hanging around with other Irish people, and it always makes me happy and just brightens up my day and just it always makes me feel like I've had a really good day. So yeah, I would try and suggest hanging out with other Irish people. I'm guessing that you're here on some kind of visa, so there are like Facebook groups out there that are dedicated to like the visa program that you came on. I know like Use It have one where people can talk to each other, and there's Facebook groups out there like Kieran's List and Make Our Lives Easier, I think. In terms of adjusting to American people, I think that just like anywhere else, you will always find someone that you can kind of get on with if you look hard enough. Like, a lot of the people I personally get on with that are American here are small town people that came from like really down to earth small towns just like me. You know, New York's sort of awesome that way because it is so diverse and multicultural that I think people are generally quite open to like helping each other out and, you know, being open-minded towards one another. I'm not sure if you were in New York yourself. Another private mail from thatgirl_ty asks, I wanted to know if you could talk about budgeting and how you learn to live within your means in a big city. And then in brackets she says, or working your way out of debt. The struggle is real for me. Thanks. Ooh, I don't know. This is like each to their own, I guess, but I've always lived within my means, and you know, I only got a credit card like 6 months ago and I'm almost 25 years of age, and I never even thought I would have one. But it's one of those things, it's just, I don't spend money I don't have. Like, my priority has always been pay my rent, and everything else will come second. And that's just always the way I've lived. And I've been financially independent from my parents since I was like 18 years of age. Like, as soon as I left home to go to college, I was financially independent because I just, first of all, I think a lot of thinking, like actually thinking of where you want to be, really helps, and getting your head in the right mindset to not even allow yourself to kind of fail is what really pushes me. And you know, if I had to get a job during college, then I would work, and it's just simple as that. You have to do what you have to do, and sometimes it's not enough hours in the day, but you do it for as long as you need to, and you kind of work your way out of it. So I think it's really important to kind of have a plan of how you're going to do that. What kind of job can you do that will give you financial stability and also kind of give you time to study? And you know, education is also very important as well, and making time for that. So I don't know, even if it means you have to work all summer long to finance going to school for the rest of the year, like, you just have to make it work somehow, and the only way you can do that, I guess, is with the plans. As soon as my check came in or whatever, I'd pay my rent and I would just live off of whatever I had left, and that was my budget for the month. And there was a lot of tight months the first year I was here. There was a lot of instant ramen noodles, let me say that. Struggle is temporary, and if you're a hard worker, good things will come. Just keep grinding until you get out of it. Little quick fire round for those people that have asked me kind of similar questions before. When apartment hunting in New York, what are your tips? I have a whole video on that I did last year. I will leave it down below. Those are my tips personally on how to move to New York, how to get like a temporary housing until you find something a bit more permanent, all of that stuff. What else do we have? Somebody asked me about my Instagram before and after. I showed a before and after edited photo on my Instagram story. I also have a video on how I edit my Instagram photos, so I'll leave that down below. That was recent enough. Another one from Trudy asks, why did you choose the north for college as it is so far away from home? Like a lot of you know already, I moved to Belfast, which is the other end of Ireland, because number one, I had my course. There was only like 3 options, I think, in Ireland to do a fashion design honours degree, like a BA honours, and it was one of them, and my boyfriend happened to be living there, and it just made sense, and I went with my gut. And I would not recommend you move somewhere for a boyfriend, but it just felt right for me, and it ended up being totally the right decision for me. Marta asks, would you recommend starting a blog, YouTube channel, or do you think there are too many out there already? If I'm being super honest, I think it is oversaturated. I think even for people that are doing well on YouTube, it's quite difficult. I'm still fighting for my place on YouTube, and I've been here for like so long, like nearly 7 years now or something, and I still find it quite difficult, and I'm learning all the time. But that being said, a passion is a passion, and if it's something that makes you feel good, you should try it. Like, the only reason I'm still on YouTube is because I don't make videos for views or subscribers. I make videos, I know that sounds like maybe bullshit to some people, but I don't. I am an only child. I just like talking. I like editing. I like sharing. And even if there was like 100 people watching my videos, I would still be making videos. And it's a true passion of mine, and that's why I'm still doing it. It is very hard to get noticed. I find it even difficult just to find new people. Like, I've had the same people in my subscription box for so long because the algorithm just isn't showing me anybody new like it used to, and that sucks really, really bad. So yeah, it's a tough one, but I think if you go into it with the right mindset and you don't go into it for money and you don't go into it for the wrong reasons, then why the hell not? Euphoria asks, did you have pre-existing connects before you moved to New York? If not, how did you start the process of getting projects? So as you guys know, the whole of my first year, I was a photographer. That was like my main bread and butter income. While I was in New York, I just had to become one so I could earn money, and I totally faked my way to getting pretty substantially good clients. And yeah, it was fun while it lasted, and I recently kind of quit that at the start of the year because it was just giving me all sorts of anxiety. But no, I did not have any work contacts from moving to New York. I had to start from the very bottom. I got into getting jobs was LinkedIn. I signed up to LinkedIn Premium for probably like 6 months, and it was great. And I mean, now I spend all day every day sending out and trying to connect people. Get your LinkedIn in tip-top shape, fill it out properly, fill it out nicely, don't half-ass it. Look up all the social media managers in New York for all the brands that I liked, and I must have sent out like 500 to 1,000 like private messages on that. And you know what, for every like 300 I sent out, I get one call back to potentially do a test shoot, and then that turned into regular work, and then it kind of just spiraled from there. I did that again, I got another client, and then that client recommended me to another client, and it just kind of snowballed from there. Cat Patch says, hey girl, how's it traveling, doing things solo? There's so many things I want to do, but it's so difficult getting friends together. Seeing your New Orleans video inspired me and wanted me to go there solo as well. Love your videos. Thank you so much. Definitely, like, the whole of last year and this year has, for me, been learning how to do things by myself. And yeah, it's just learning how to be okay on my own. Like, I am an only child, so I wasn't that bad, but I just come out of pretty much living out of my boyfriend's pocket. Like, we were just like one person, and I had to like relearn how to like enjoy things by myself again. And I think just in today's society, it's like we always have to do something with someone else. Like, if we want to book a holiday, we have to like wait for the right friend, or, you know, wait for our boyfriends to save up or get time off work. And I just feel like there is so much gratification in doing shit on your own. And honestly, I've never had a better holiday. Like, I got up when I wanted to, I slept well, I did my own thing, I didn't need to care what I looked like. It was just great. I was on my own schedule completely. I was only doing things I wanted to do. And don't get me wrong, I love traveling with my partner. Like, it's my favorite thing to do. But I was genuinely shocked at how much I enjoyed that little like mini holiday that I took to New Orleans by myself. And even before then, like, I love doing stuff on my own now. I go to museums on my own, galleries on my own, and I just enjoy. Ooh, your girl's getting a bit passionate here, getting a bit oily. 6 Miles and Life asks, is it very different working with brands in New York rather than Ireland? Where would you love to travel to next? Ooh, a double question. I didn't even realise there was 2 questions in this one. Yes. In short, America pays a lot better, but then saying that, the cost of living is like triple what it is in Ireland. So it's like, it's a weird one. It's a catch-22, but I definitely feel like they take blogging a lot more seriously here. They take people's time a lot more seriously. And I feel like in the UK and Ireland, you're always fighting to justify what you should be paid. Like, in reality, you should be paid the same as a photographer that's freelance, or a stylist that's freelance. You're an influencer and you're asking for a certain sum or a certain amount of what you think your worth is, what you think your time is, and what you think your audience is. Yeah, sometimes they just think you're being cheeky, and it's like, no, like, this is what my time is worth. I know my value. I've been paid this multiple times before. So yeah, that's the nice thing about working in the US, is I feel like you never have to like fight for, it's just very professional. And if someone throws out an offer and you're not happy with it and you need to go higher, it's all very professional. It's not like, how dare she ask for more money, you know. It's kind of, it's very, very professional, and I like that about it. And there's a really great range of jobs here. There's so many agencies that deal with bloggers here, and it's just, it's fun. It's a fun place to be, to do this kind of work. So that is why I'm not doing fashion design right now. That is why I'm just doing YouTube and doing blogging, because I'll never get to do this again in my life. And we all know, like, the YouTube train it's going somewhere, and it's probably not going to a good place. Oh, and she asked me, where do I want to travel to next? And there's a couple of places high on my list. Cuba's high on my list, Iceland's high on my list. Where else? LA, like, I really want to do that like quintessential like LA, San Fran, Yosemite, Joshua Tree road trip for sure. Those are kind of like my mains. And I would actually love to do another European trip, either go back to Italy again or France again. I really actually enjoyed Italy way more than I thought I would. So yeah, I would love to try a couple of other cities, because I did the train through a couple of cities in Italy, and it was like amazing. And I'm going to finish on Nina Girls. Hey girl. Her question, because I just thought it was a really good one to finish on. It says, what are your thoughts on aging mentally as well as physically? Any tips on how to cope, how to fully enjoy, or any products you previously started using, e.g. wrinkle cream and such? Okay, let's answer the first part of that question. What are my thoughts on aging mentally and physically? Honestly, I just embrace everything because it's inevitable, and I'm a very practical person, and I just don't see the point in agonizing over something that's just going to happen anyway. And it's kind of like, it's a beautiful thing. And to me, when I think about agonizing, I think of how much time I'm agonizing over something, and how much that time could be better spent on something productive. And I just think that, yeah, I'm ready for it. Like, sometimes I catch myself and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like 25 next month, like I'm so old, I should have achieved so much more by now. But I think thanks to the internet and thanks to just online resources, I feel like so much more of us are able to share our experiences and how we feel. I've just come to like the realization that like nobody knows where life is going. You're not supposed to have stuff figured out by 25 or 30 or 35. Things are just a series of little things falling into place and somehow looking like you have your shit together when you don't. Like, you just learn as you go. Like, if you asked me 5 years ago that I'd figure out how to do my taxes. I think we're just not really living in that stereotypical world anymore. Like last generation, it was all like you get married by a certain age, then you quit your job and you have children, and the goal is to be a millionaire and live comfortably and all that kind of stuff. And I just feel like people's goals these days are so much different. Like for me, I just want to live a happy, healthy life, and anything other than that is like an amazing bonus to me. So yeah, I feel like I have confidence in myself that I'm not going to let myself down and that things will work out for the best. In terms of coping physically, like I don't feel like I've needed to do that too much yet. I mean, I'm just going to embrace everything as it comes. Bang on about this the odd time, but like I was a trained Chanel beauty consultant and I knew a lot about Chanel skincare and just skincare in general from that job. I worked on and off there for like 4 or 5 years. So the biggest mistake I saw people doing is like using anti-wrinkle or anti-aging stuff when they're like 20 and like 25 and even like coming up to 30. That's the one beauty tip I have for people, is that if you moisturize well and invest in a nice moisturizer, hell, maybe even a night cream, if you're getting to 25, that is enough. That is in itself anti-aging. Keeping your skin hydrated prevents wrinkles, and that is in itself an anti-aging regime that you have. Like I would not touch anti-wrinkle stuff unless you see prominent wrinkles starting to form, and at that, keep it light. Don't go for the stuff that you're supposed to be using at 50 and 60, because it will actually have a reverse effect and you will just become desensitized to the effects of the wrinkle stuff. So by the time you are that age, that stuff won't work on you anymore and you'll be fucked. Only joking, but you know, that's kind of like the way it works. Whew. That was a goof and a gaff, you guys. Really enjoyed that one. Hope you enjoyed this Q&A. Haven't done one in a while. Would you like to see some more? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any further comments as well, I am pretty good at answering comments, so I'll try and get around to those as well. Looking forward to chatting to you down there as per usual. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a like if it entertains you at all. I will see you guys all in the next one. Mwah.